I'm going to say something controversial, but first let me read this tweet. I personally believe the younger girls mastered not putting men first in their lives. It's triggering for older women because most of our moms were pick-me's. Yep. Since time immemorial, the mothers initiated a war against the maidens because of their jealousy. Mothers were jealous of the daughters. They were jealous of their youth. They were jealous of their beauty. They were jealous of their innocence and their ignorance. They were jealous of their position. They were jealous of the way men react and respond to the maiden versus the mother. And so then we got blamed, right? The maiden got blamed. And I shouldn't say we as if I'm a maiden because I'm far out of my maiden phase. I'm in my mother phase, headed toward crone phase. But I understand the maiden as a former maiden who had to come into the realm and be mother because my black mother decided that she wanted me to be junior mom. You know, even though she had my father there, black women tend not to rely on their male partner. Women in general tend not to rely on their male partner. And they make all kinds of excuses for their male partner while foisting the duty of parenthood onto the daughter. So it's so fucking funny because adult grown-ass men are coddled and treated like children by mothers while the daughter is forced to grow up. She's over-parentified and forced to step into the fucking role of the broad who knowingly was pussy popping and taking cum drops, which is how she got a baby in the first place. She knew better. She chose not to do better. So the daughter gets over-parentified, which causes us to slow down in our development. So you've got a lot of black women who age-wise are in their crone phase, but mentally and spiritually, because of arrested development, because of over-parentification, they're still maidens. They never got to enjoy their maiden phase. You know, you hear Gen X talking about being latchkey kids, right? I am a millennial, but I came up I'm like an exennial, you know? So I was between Generation X and the millennials at that crossover, you know what I mean? And so I also was a latchkey kid. But it's so crazy how, you know, the latchkey children don't even get seen as being a part of this over-parentification by our boomer parents, you know? Even though I'm a millennial and exennial, I had baby boomer parents. My parents were born in the baby boomer generation. We are seeing more and more the younger girls not wanting to take men's shit. They're not putting men first in their lives. And they're going against the norms in the family, which brings me to this point. So every year at Thanksgiving, we see these rent-a-boyfriend packages, right? And it's so funny and we laugh about it. But you know why this is like this? You know why this is even a thing? This can even be seen as a thing? It is because the elder women in our family adhere to this false narrative that unless you are owned, possessed, and controlled by a man, you ain't got no damn value. Which is crazy because these women will also go for broke energetically, spiritually, and financially to take care of every damn body, even with a man present. And yet that's not seen as valuable. That they're not valued for that behavior. They're only valued for their proximity to some man that's draining their time, draining their energy, draining their resources, draining their youth. So men get to come out here and put these packages together, and some of them are actually making money because the family structure, the black family structure, is so fucking oppressive toward women and their sovereignty, toward the maiden's sovereignty, even towards the mother's sovereignty and the crone sovereignty. We do not value sovereignty in women. That's why black women are getting called independent, masculine, and all this other bullshit, because we do not value a sovereign woman. And in a patriarchal, societal, global structure, a sovereign woman is a threat to the very foundation of the patriarchy, because the patriarchy is predicated upon enslaved women. Women who can be enslaved, women who can be controlled, women who can be owned by a man. So that sovereign woman, the woman who is queen by birthright, kind of like, you know, Queen Elizabeth, who was passed away. She wasn't queen because she was married to the king. She was queen by birth. She was not queen consort the way that King Charles's broad is queen consort right now. Camilla is queen consort, meaning she is the sexual concubine, connection, partner of the king. Not she was born of a royal bloodline and is in proper position to take her rightful place as queen. There's a difference. So all the concubine, all the consort women who could only ever be queen by being owned and possessed by a man are always and have always been at odds with those of us who were sovereign queens. Our divinity and our royalty is sovereign. It is inherent. It is innate. There's always going to be a damn problem. It's been a problem since before the men came. Ain't nothing new under the sun, baby. We're not even really in a patriarchy, but these are the words that we use because this is the language and the understanding that we have. We're not in a patriarchy. We're in a fucked up backward matriarchy where women have chosen to battle each other through the penises that they birth. More on that later.